This next one's a weird one. So you've got Rafa Garcia against Jesse Ronson. So Rafa Garcia is 13-2. Started his career as a featherweight. Moved up to lightweight. When was it? Moved up to lightweight in 2018, and now this is his first fight at 170 pounds. Jesse Ronson, on the flip side, has been an MMA fighter that's been well known on the outside circuit, and he's had good fights, good performances. He just never quite was at that UFC level. He got a short notice fight against Dalby, won by rear naked choke, and then failed a drug test for steroids.
So, that's what it was, yeah.
And he's been out since. And it wasn't any nonsense steroids either. It was like shit that I remember the guys selling to one another in the gym back in the day. Like, I recognize the name of it. I'm like, that's proper steroids. That's proper steroids. So yeah, I mean, he's been out since July of 2020, which then got me onto another trainer thinking, because he's had 32 fights, 31 fights. This is his 32nd. He's a very active fighter. He's always been active. So this is the longest period of time when he's not been competing. Like when he turned pro in 2018, and he's been fighting multiple times every year since then.
Wow.
And then he made his UFC debut, won, no contest, drug test failure, and then he's been out for nearly 2 years.
Yeah. So do you think he's been trying to work on his the technical side of his game more so in that time, or?
I don't know. I mean, my first thought is because whenever somebody comes into makes their UFC debut and they failed a drug test in their first fight, then my thought to myself is, well, they've most likely been using this for a good portion of their career or all the way through. And when they got called up for a short notice fight, they probably tried to clear their system as quickly as possible, and they weren't able to. But he took the fight anyway because it's the UFC, and why not? I remember speaking to him in Fight Island, and he was just buzzing. He was over the moon for finally making it to the UFC. But he probably wouldn't have got the call up had he not taken that short notice fight against Dalby. I can't remember who Dalby was supposed to fight, but he was matched up against somebody else, I think, and it was Jesse Ronson stepped in short notice. And he was one of those guys. I mean, he already had 10 losses when he came into the UFC. You know what I mean? Danny Roberts. There you go. So it was like an opportunity that he got, and he took it. And I just think it's massively backfired on him. And I don't know where his head's at now, because now the UFC aren't going to keep hold of him. Especially he did him a favor taking a short notice fight, but they're not going to do him any favors after failing a drug test. Which is why I feel like this is a weird one, because Garcia's moving up a weight class. And I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Ronson should probably be a lighter weight. He should probably be down a weight class. I think he has fought at lightweight before. Yeah, he has. He's fought a decent portion of fights at lightweight. But, yeah, I don't know.
I like Rafa.
I do. I just don't know whether he's going to be big enough for this weight class. He's 5'7", isn't he?
Yeah, because even against Nate
Levy, yeah.
Yeah, he did look... Well, I mean, he's quite thick, but he still looked a little bit undersized against Levy.
Yeah, I mean he's 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. That's really, really small, especially for now what is welterweight. And Jesse Ronson's 5'10", coming at 170. Now UFC Stats has got this as a 155-pound fight. Hang on a minute. No, it's a welterweight on Tapology. So who the fuck knows what's going on? So I'm assuming that Garcia's moving up. See, my first thought when I looked at it is that Ronson's probably gone down a weight class.
Yeah.
Especially if he's been out for 2 years, he's probably come off the gear and, he's...
Lost a bit.
Yeah, lost a bit. He might be in his right weight class now. But it just seems like an odd fight to make. It would make more sense for Garcia to stay at lightweight and for Ronson to come down than Garcia moving up and fighting a guy that's coming off a suspension for steroids.
Yeah, especially because he won that fight against Levy as well, didn't he? Won the decision.
Yeah. But he has done that. You go back to when he was a featherweight earlier on in his career, and he was winning fights and then went up a weight class and stayed there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he just feels like his performance improves the less he cuts weight. It might be that. But as we were just talking about with Chris Barnett, 5'7", you're going to run aground at some point very soon in the welterweight division. Especially because it's stacked. I don't know. I think Jesse Ronson might have a few too many skills for him. He's been around for a while. Jesse Ronson has. He's had a lot of fights.
Yeah, I had Ronson.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see him winning a decision, but Garcia's I think he's going to be tough enough to hang in there with him. There's going to be some good boxing exchanges for sure.
I do like his fight name as well. The Body Snatcher.
The Body Snatcher. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going Jesse Ronson by decision.
Yeah, same here. I think he might be able to maybe get a submission as well.
You reckon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Garcia's takedown defense and his wrestling was good against Levy. Yeah.
I think if he catches him, because like against Dalby, he caught him and then he just jumped straight on the finish. Yeah, I could see it going a similar way to that.
Well, I mean, he's been out for a while. You don't know how much excitement and pent up, energy he's got.
Yeah.
He might come flying out the corner.
It's really slow, or it might be the opposite.
Yeah, it might be the opposite. Yeah, post you side of Ronson might not be any good.